Hello, I'm Paul McNeil, Assistant Professor of English here at Illisovic College, and this video will go over MLA Manuscript Format, which is how you should format your papers in this class. Please follow along and make sure to format your essays correctly.
Students will often ask, how come you teachers care so much about MLA Manuscript Format? And the answer is not really that we care so much about it. We just don't understand why some students can't format their papers correctly. Because MLA format is easy. It's the easiest thing you will do in this class. And so if you get MLA Manuscript Format wrong, it's probably because you're not paying attention, you just don't care, or you just got lazy. And there are a few things in this world that frustrate teachers more than lazy students. And so when you get MLA format wrong, you get points deducted from your paper that you really shouldn't get deducted from your paper. It's just so easy to get right. There's no excuse to not get it right. If you get it wrong, there's just no reason why you should be getting it wrong other than you're just being lazy. And so this video will take you through how to format your paper according to MLA Manuscript Format. Just follow the process and make sure every single paper is formatted correctly. Why do we follow MLA Manuscript Format? I don't know. Some expert or group of experts years ago decided anyone teaching an English class or taking an English class has to follow MLA format, and we've just done it ever since. So just do it, and then you and I will not have to talk about MLA Manuscript Format ever again. The first thing you want to do when you're typing a paper in MLA Manuscript Format is to start on the first page, and you need to put some basic information on the left-hand side of the first page. And this only goes on the left-hand side of the first page. So first, what you want to do is you want to make sure that your paper is spaced correctly. So the quick and easy way to do that is to right-click into your document at the very, very top left-hand side of the first page. Make sure it's Times New Roman 12. Every letter, every word of your document should be Times New Roman 12 point font. And you also want to go down to paragraph and make sure that it's double spaced. Everything should be double spaced. And don't add a space between paragraphs of the same style. Make sure this is clicked. Then click OK. The first thing that goes in the top left-hand corner of your page is your name. Your first and last name. Then you hit enter, make sure it's double spacing as it is here, and then you put your professor's name. You want to put professor or Mr. or Mrs. or doctor or something before your professor's name, because if you don't, people might think that two people have written this paper together. And of course, in this case, that is not the case, so make sure to have some kind of professional designation before your professor's name. Then you put the name of your course. And the easiest way to do that is just to put the short abbreviation for the name and the number for the course. And you also want to put your section because your professor is probably teaching multiple sections of the same course. And so you want to make sure that that information is there. So whatever course you're taking, just make sure that that's included here. And then whatever section you have should go here, and you can find all this information on your registration cards or the course syllabus. There are multiple places you can find it. Then you also want to put the date. You start with the day because MLA format follows the British style of formatting dates. And then you put the month, and then you put the year. No commas, no nothing, as you can see. If the month is one that you can abbreviate, like August or December, you want to make sure to do that. So day, month, and year. Then, on the very right-hand corner of the page, and this goes on every single page, you want to make sure to have the page number. Some people try to manually type the page number up here. You don't want to do that. Some people try to use the header function. You don't want to do that. Those will probably throw off your format. How you want to format your page numbers is by going up here to the top of your Word document. And depending on the version of Word you're using, yours may look slightly different from mine. but whatever version you're using is going to have a tab called Insert. So you want to click Insert and then find the tab that says Page Number. And when you click on that, it's going to ask where you want the page number. In this case, we want ours at the top of the page on the right-hand side. Top of the page, right-hand side. And if you click on that, it's going to insert the page number for you. If you notice here, for whatever reason, it's not put the font Times New Roman. So I want to make sure that the font, even here, is Times New Roman. So it should be Times New Roman 12. Again, every single word, every single letter of your document should be Times New Roman 12-point font. What I also want to make sure to do is put right before this page number your last name. And again, it's not put it in Times New Roman 12-point font. You can tell that just by the way it looks. So again, make sure to change it to Times New Roman 12-point font. The reason you want to do insert page numbers rather than manually typing it into the document is because what it will do for you is it'll put your last name and page number at the top of every single page, and it will number the pages for you so you don't have to do it yourself. So you notice no matter how many pages I go, every time I go to a new page, it puts a new page number up there for me. So quick and easy. And the last thing you'll have is your title. So you want to center your title, which you use with the tab here. And you want to give your work an interesting title. So for instance, this is not an interesting title. No one is going to read this title and think, wow, what an interesting title. I have to read that paper. It sounds like the most interesting paper in the history of the world. I can't wait to read it. You want to make it so that it says something about your paper, what a reader can expect to encounter when reading your paper, and also kind of make them want to read it. And so for instance, this is not an interesting title. This is not an interesting title. No one is going to read an essay called College Essay. And also, you don't want to use the titles of other works. So let's say this paper was about Great Expectations. I shouldn't title it Great Expectations. That's the title of a work written by somebody else. So it shouldn't be another title that you've gotten from somewhere else. So come up with your own title. Try to make it at least somewhat interesting so that people actually want to read your paper. So for instance, if I was to write a paper about MLA Manuscript Format, I might title it something like this, for instance. Otherwise, you'll start writing your paper, and as you're probably familiar with, you indent the first line of your paragraphs, and you type and you type and you type, and you go on with typing your essay. So this information here will only appear on the first page. It should only appear on the first page, and your last name and page number will appear on every single page. So again, if you follow this format, if you do what I just did, you'll get your format right every single time. You'll save yourself a lot of frustration and headaches. You'll save your professor a lot of frustrations and headaches, and you won't get points taken off that you shouldn't get taken off on your paper.
Thank you for watching this video. Please check out the Illisovic College Media channel on YouTube for more helpful tips.